It's your girl B.
It's your boy, lover boy, Lonny.
And welcome back to an all-new episode of Conversations with B and Lonny.
All right. Good to be back. So, we're just going to jump into it. Well, not quite. This time, we're going to do a little icebreaker, guys.
Yeah.
So, our icebreaker for today, to kind of break things up, get us going, get the juices flowing. What are you currently listening to, Miss B? It's in the rotation.
Well, it's not by choice. It's by force. I've been listening to a lot of, like, oldies.
I kind of have to.
Because I got to, like, soften my heart up.
R&B, hip-hop, what you got?
Like the 70s, the 80s.
Oh, you took it back.
Yeah, I got to soften my heart up. It's a little cold right now.
I
so
bet.
I've been listening.
I got an ice box where my heart used to be, right? Icebox.
Yeah, so,
You know, Marion shit.
I just been listening to too much rap, and I hate to say that sometimes that shit can really like.
Well, we'll go in, come out. So if it's aggressive shit coming in, aggressive shit coming out.
It's not aggressiveness.
Well,
it's
okay.
It's just like, I don't know. I've been a little thugging, a little rough around the edges. So with a slight aggression, but I'm coming back to me. So yeah, I've been really enjoying a lot of Marvin Gaye, and I've been listening to a lot of Stevie, of course. And
that's your boy.
Of course, he's always gonna,
Go ahead and hit a note for us.
No, because D said I can't sing, so I'm not gonna sing for y'all.
Nah, hit a note.
But no, yeah, just a lot of oldies and stuff, trying to,
switch it up.
Yeah, shift my mood. What about you?
I'm always on my rap shit, but lately I have been listening to R&B. I've been in my R&B bag, like not necessarily an album, but I kind of been jumping around. I hit a little R. Kelly for a little bit.
Oh, I've been listening to him too. I ain't go with you.
Jodeci, that's been in the rotation. Leon Thomas, Keon Dixon.
Oh, I like him.
Gerald Levert.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been on.
You've been all over the place.
Yeah, I've been bouncing around a little bit with the R&B lately, and then was it Mary? Yeah, I was listening to Mary for a little bit.
What?
And then when I got my car, because one of my cars has a CD player too. You guys that don't know what that is, yes, I still have a CD player in my car. I was listening to the game yesterday, and before I came up here, I was listening to Ludacris. Word of mouth is definitely slept on. I got in a couple of debates a couple weeks ago. Oh, word of mouth ain't that good. Bruh, word of mouth is that shit. I don't care what you said. His first 4 albums was a hell of a run, and I'm not taking that back. I'm standing on that.
No, definitely.
His first 4 is like, yeah, first 4 is shit. But let's get into the Grammys.
Grammys.
So what are your thoughts on the Grammys?
I mean, I just feel like now it's not what it used to be. I watched the Luther Vandross documentary, and his friends and his family, they talked about how back then the Grammys were like something to have and achieve, and it was a really big goal on Luther's list. And back then,
I think it had more prestige back then.
It had more meaning.
Yeah.
It meant more. And that was like really on the top of his list as an artist in his career, that he wanted to win a Grammy, and he was snubbed a few times. Mm-hmm. He kept going back and, making more albums and records, and till he achieved it. And he didn't achieve it until he was like really sick.
Yeah, that's sad. He didn't get it enjoyed at the best of his health.
At the peak of his...
Oh, even peak of his career, yeah.
His career, so... And I, watching that, it just made me think like, wow, today, it's not that anymore. And I think too, a lot of people feel like, depending on the artist, who it matters for and who it matters with. And I don't really like that as well. But what I will say I enjoyed about the Grammys was, Cowboy Carter getting Album of the Year.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned this on my IG story, and it's more than just Beyonce. It's bigger than Beyonce. You know, it's the history. The album is rich in history, and it's not just a country album. It's really a range of genres. Like, I can't, with a twist of country, and I think I've said that before on here. But I just think about all the writers, the singers, the participants on the album. I think about them winning. And Miss Linda Martell, you know, if a lot of people don't know, she was a country singing artist, and you know, she tried to go into those bars and those nightclubs and, you know, sing her records and, you know, sell herself as a country artist, and she was bullied and, you know, pretty much like pushed out of making music because it wasn't accepted. So, you know,
I'm glad you explained this because you put me onto some history I didn't know.
Yeah,
about.
so when you put it in that perspective, it's just like that's a win for her, and I feel like rightfully earned. Like, it took for Beyonce to, you know, credit her and have her on the album for her to achieve that.
I was about to ask you that. And was she a part of that album? And
that's using your power and your platform as an artist. Like, that's the purpose of being in that position. Because even though Beyonce had the incident with the CMAs and, you know, everybody like against her, you know, performing on that stage, it wasn't accepted and received well. And she came back and she made that album, which was in the making for a long time. So it's just a lot. It's rich in history, and I feel like it was very fitting for her to win that. Even though I feel like a lot of people don't see it from that perspective. They just like, oh, she's not a country artist. She didn't deserve that, you know. And it's just so much more than that.
Well, it's based off what type of album she put out, and if it was country on it, then it could be under that category.
Yeah, it was listed under country.
Yeah, so I mean, you can get upset all you want, but if that's what was on the album, that's what she should be under, or at least one of the categories. So
yeah, and you know, sometimes those awards it's so much more than the award, and I don't think people can see beyond that.
But I think it's a space that they thought was exclusively for them. And they feel like it's been invaded, but it's really weird, like
because that's
the
not
culture,
y'all's music.
The culture, especially Black culture. This is Black History Month. Black people are very, very open to allowing others to come in and monetize, and we don't gatekeep. We don't, you know, we have a few in the crowd that might say a little something, but at the end of the day, we still allow them to come in these spaces and make money, and they do nothing for our communities.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, if we're not saying anything about Eminem, Macklemore, Post Malone, then you shouldn't say anything about, you know, what's the young man's name, Lil Nas X or Beyonce. You shouldn't say anything about them because we allow y'all to come in our space. Even if you're a culture vulture, we'll allow you to make money and a living to support your family. So you should be quiet.
I agree. And another thing, my other take with it, I hated how they did Quincy Jones.
Oh yeah, did they do anything for him?
They honored him, but it was so lackluster. I mean,
that should have been a show built around his legacy, though. Low key,
yeah,
they
dropped the ball. They dropped the ball with that. It was just like it felt thrown together. Like, where's Tevin Campbell? Where is Tamia? Like, you know, all the artists that he's given hit records to.
Michael Jackson too.
You know, Michael. Yeah, of course he's not here with us, but
they could have got a holograph. Michael performance.
They could have honored Quincy better, and I didn't like that. So.
That is.
Other than that,
but you hit on some. Those were very good points. I like what you brought up. Mine is not as in depth and historical as an analysis as yours because I don't really fuck with the Grammys overall. But I was happy for Dolce, and I'll elaborate why. Because I know you're gonna give me a little pushback, but I'm happy for Dolce because I looked at it like this. She's an MC's MC. You know, I'm kind of big on that. You know, I like that. You know, that gets me excited.
That's a big title, but continue.
No, she is an MC's MC. She write her own raps. She's not. I feel like she's very artistic and she thinks about what she put on that pad and she performs it. I thought her performance was pretty solid. I think rap album of the year, maybe not. I will say that. But I also look at it as a point of, if this was a big year for her, and I think that was at the wrap up, I said that was one of the people that had a big year. So I look at it like this. I don't think she was ever going to get another spotlight to do that, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I don't see, I think she had a moment. And I think if they didn't give it to her in that moment, I don't see her being recognized at all. Because I think the Ice Spices and the Cash Dolls and a certain type of female rappers put into the forefront of female hip hop as the face, and she don't fit that mold. No. So I don't think she would have got another opportunity to do that. Now I hope her style and she can become a face, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Honestly, I could have saw if he was gonna give it to a woman, Lotto would have been a good pick.
I think Lotto. I think she won a Grammy last year.
She won. Oh, that was last year. Yeah, I'm thinking she on this cycle for some reason.
I think she did.
I thought that album was for this cycle. Never mind. I could be wrong though. Because
she dropped an album, or maybe I'm wrong. But she was nominated this year.
Lotto was.
Yeah, okay, she was at the Grammys.
She was nominated, but yeah. It maybe not album of the year, but like I said, I kind of like it because now it puts another different type of face than what we're used to seeing in mainstream. That's why I was cool with it. Not to say that maybe I could have given the album to someone else. I could see some other people winning.
For sure.
Yeah, but
go on.
No, that's all I had. I told you I don't really rock with the Grammys. I mean, my boy other than my boy Kendrick coming home with an arm full of Grammys. I'm good. And I wasn't gonna rub that in, you know.
I know it's coming.
Hey, the Drizzy Glizzy Glazers is out there, and they don't like me, and I don't like them. Drizzy Glizzy Glazers, yeah, y'all fan base is crazy. But anyway, you want to go to the next topic?
Yeah, go right into it.
So we talk about my boy K-Dot. On the next, we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl performance. I'll go first on this one.
Yeah,
take the lead. I looked at the performance. I like the messaging behind it. I know there was some controversy around.
What was the message?
Uncle Sam. And if you listen to the little, for me, this is my interpretation. If you want to look at the million think pieces on the YouTube world, you can. But my take is just looking at how he performed it, like Uncle Sam, you got to play the game. And if you look at the end of the performance, you see the X, the triangle, the O, kind of reminds you of a PlayStation.
Because he's playing the game.
Yeah, he's playing the game. And throughout, you know, Uncle Sam being, it could be representation of white folk. You notice when he came out, like he would start out doing something thoughtful, or his song would be not necessarily a mainstream hit. It would be kind of something that wasn't mainstream, you know, I would say not mainstream friendly.
Gotcha.
He would do like a record like that. And then when Uncle Sam came out, which is Samuel L. Jackson, hey, didn't I tell you, you know, this is the game? And he'll start doing something more mainstream that was popular. So it's like he was going back and forth in those pockets throughout the whole.
So other words, rebellion.
Yeah, it was sending a message. It reminded me of the Beyonce Black Panther thing at Super Bowl to a certain extent.
No.
Yeah, definitely has that type of feel. It just was done differently. Hers was more blatant. I think his was done through, it was performed differently. It wasn't as blatant.
So
I think there's a difference.
With that message, because I've seen the discourse online. Everybody keeps screaming about the message. I seen the performance. I was out. I was at a bar. I had a few drinks in me. I was literally looking at the screen, like waiting for like the wow factor. Like I seen it, but I didn't see it initially, and I think that's so corny. Like, if it's so big of a message, you cannot get that in one view. Like, especially with all the distractions going around. Like, you have to go back and unpack that. That's who
he is, though.
If it's that big of a message, you're not going to see that instantly on a one-time view. It just don't. That's insane.
I got that
because I definitely didn't.
I got that in the one time.
The bar that I was in, it was quiet. Everybody was quiet.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it was just.
That means y'all didn't get it.
And then y'all keep saying,
it's okay that y'all didn't get it. It's okay. That's why they got Negroes like me to say, hey, let me point that out to you. Let me bring it to the forefront so you can process this.
He did a better performance when he performed with Dre and them. Like, I love that performance. It was authentically Kendrick.
I think that was authentically him too.
I don't know.
I think that was authentic. He does that with his music. It was a reflection of his music. And then Donald Trump was there, so it made it even better for me. Now I've heard people give him pushback on the sound.
Yeah, you could barely hear
the sound,
him.
But that's not. I can't fault him for that though. That's the team that dropped the ball, not him performing. I think he did a good job performing. He was sweating his little heart away out there.
Yeah, and another thing too, he did the Apple interview about, he's focusing on the present, and that to me, it just, I personally wanted his hits. I wanted to see that. I don't really know GNX like that, and a lot of people don't. So it was risky for him to perform that album. Because a lot of the songs people were not familiar with. I mean, he did a few of his hits, and but I mean,
I think that was for I really feel like it was for his core fans. I don't know if it was it was for messaging. I don't know if it was meant for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Like, on the other hand,
I don't think he intended it to be that way.
I get what you're saying, like, and I get that point of view, but when you think about as people say, the biggest stage you'll perform on as an artist, the Super Bowl, you want to give your hits. Like, and I don't think
is hip hop hit based though? Hip hop, I think hip hop.
It's not. It's no longer hip hop. It's the stage. It's the audience.
No, I feel like he did what he's supposed to do. Bring hip hop to them. We don't have to do our hits to be. I get where you're coming from. But at the same time, I feel like I liked it because he didn't do his big hits. That's why I enjoyed it.
So
and he was still able to put on a good show for somebody who didn't do hits the whole time. I think I appreciate that as a hip hop fan and as a hip hop artist. I think we should be able to go into these spaces and not have to always perform our hits, because I went to a Dom Kennedy concert and I think he was so irritated that we kept asking for Platinum Chanel. And it's almost like he avoided the whole time not to do Platinum. Huh?
It's golden.
I hear you.
If I go see him and he don't do that, I'm going to be
I look
upset.
at it from an artist's perspective too. Like, I would get tired of my fan base saying to perform this song all the time. Literally, he would ask us, "Hey, what you want me to perform next?" And then it was just screaming Platinum Chanel, and he would do another song. He would not do Platinum Chanel. I just think as an artist, you would probably get tired of that. So, bro, no, I want to do what I want to do. I want to do the songs I want to perform, and I'm going to give you this work. I'm going to give you this message. I'm going to entertain y'all. Okay. Y'all go home and think about it and go look at my other hits, because my body of work is way bigger than my hits.
I get that, but, it's just such a finicky, like, thing.
It's risky.
It's just finicky with, rap and hip hop and R&B. Like, you got your R&B artists and your pop artists, they're going to give their hits because they know that's what the people want. They know that's what's paying the bills. They know that is what's selling. Now, if you just so happen to be a diehard fan, like, I've been to a Beyonce concert. When I went to see her at Renaissance, she didn't do a lot of her big hits. She did the album, and then she did deep cuts from other albums, and people didn't know them.
But that didn't take away from your experience as a fan.
It didn't, but it just really, like, opened my eye. Like, yeah, people are not really diehard fans. Like, you got to be a diehard fan to be into artists' deep cuts.
Yeah. I knew every song they played, and I know I'm a diehard fan, but
you gotta be an album listener. Like, you gotta enjoy body of work and not just the hits. But I just feel like for the Super Bowl, I feel like people should keep it at hits. I seen an interview and they were talking about people who performed at the Super Bowl or who were offered the Super Bowl. Do you know that a lot of people have big megastars? Dolly Parton, what stood out to me the most, she said, I don't feel like I'm a big enough artist to do it. And she didn't do it. And I respect shit like that. Like, if you know that you're not big enough to be on that stage, you don't feel like it's your time, don't do it. Hove turned it down because they told him he had to do Run This Town with Rihanna and Kanye. He turned it down. He didn't want to do that.
It goes
just
back.
like they told Kendrick. He probably couldn't touch them hits. They wanted him to do that album.
I don't know if they probably preferred. I ain't gonna lie. I think they would have wanted him to do his hits.
No, they told him he had to do the album. I promise you, they told him.
I don't think that.
And him saying that he's focusing on the present, you know, that just let me know everything. And you know, he signed with UMG back in December.
Yeah, he got with his own imprint. Yeah.
They own him now, so you know he got to do what they say. Oh, he got to pay them back for all that shit. He got to pay.
Man, get out of here.
He got to pay them back for all
see
that.
The next album.
Not like us shit.
Bro, they ain't even came off no bread for that. What are you talking about?
You don't think they have?
They're not gonna lose that case against Drake. This might not age well, but I'm going on a limb and saying Drake is not winning that case. That's getting thrown out. He benefited from the machine. You can't do that, bro.
He got bigger than Machine, and that's the
he
problem.
Ain't bigger than it. You're not. You're never bigger than the machine.
Yeah, you are. If you can,
okay,
if
you
can
that.
sue the Machine, yeah, you did. He got bigger than them.
Yeah, and you saw a lot of people. You saw a lot of his fans complaining about, well, we don't see him on the page.
No artist is ever supposed to have that much leverage.
He ain't got the
And
leverage
he
you
got
think.
it.
Nope, because they signed
If
the
he
check.
didn't have it,
Who signing Drake checks though?
If he didn't have
You
it,
answer that question. Who's signing Drake's? Who's signing his check?
It don't matter.
No,
But
I just
if
want you to
it's-
can you
if
answer that
it's
question for me though?
UMG, Republic.
Okay, you're never bigger than the machine. And they letting him know you're not.
UMG, Republic, and OVO Sound. It's a lot of different avenues within the machine. So he's not directly. He's going down the line with the shit. Like, it's just not that he got too much leverage. Let me tell you something.
Ain't got the leverage
If you're ever suing somebody like that, you got a good chance of winning that shit. Especially if it's some like wrongdoings in your contract or they want to breach the contract. Like, yes.
So after Drake sue, Kendrick can sue then, right?
No, he's not there yet.
Drake gonna lose that, and I'm gonna leave it alone in there. Drake gonna lose
he
that.
don't have a reason to sue. Why would he sue?
Hold on, Drake's doing.
He's suing UMG. He's not suing Kendrick.
I know that. I'm aware. But the reasons of why is defamation, right? And it says that defamation is keeping him from being able to make more the money that he wants, right? And
it's the backing of his label for that song and those allegations.
But listen, they were under the same label.
As of December 2024, he's not. He's been with Todd this whole time. Kendrick just signed with UMG. He just signed. He signed a short deal with them.
At the end of the day, they making money off both of them, and they're both receiving the benefit of. They did the same.
They did the same thing with Michael. Tony Montella, however you say his name.
Tommy Mottola, I got you.
Mottola. He did the same thing with Michael. Michael started making so much money, he invested in Sony. He had a 50% stake in that shit from the Beatles and all of them. He had ownership in that shit. They did that fucking child molesting allegations shit. They threw that shit on him to try to get him, take him out.
So you saying they used Kendrick to throw that allegation
That allegation, yes. This shit is it's not a new
Kendrick
formula.
So you think Kendrick is in bed with them to take Drake down?
Yes, I do.
What did Drake own as far as the Beatles and stuff? He don't own none of that catalog.
But why of all things and all people,
they both benefited and they just didn't fall in his favor.
And I'm not saying nobody didn't benefit. I'm just saying the formula that they're using, it's clear as day.
They use the same formula.
It's clear as day. It's nothing like
it just wants some part. I feel like Drake is just really butthurt about what happened. And he trying to take your attention off of it.
If you made millions and billions for a label and they did you like that, you wouldn't be hurt. You mean to tell me you wouldn't be hurt?
Drake is like 1 in 3 in beefs. I would have learned my lesson from Pusha T. Like, this is not my arena. Let me fall back. I don't need to be going back and forth with him. What did Masterpiece say?
It's not
in
the same
interview?
thing,
I ain't gonna let a nigga trick me out of my position.
Lonny, you always going back to Pusha T and Meek.
But the point
is not the same.
The point I'm making is I would learn from the history. I'm not good at this. I am 1 in 3. And if you want to count Common and whoever else, he's 1 in 3, in my opinion. You can say 2 and 3. Whatever you want to say. He has a loser record when it comes to beefs. He needs to stop. Sit your ass down. Make them love songs for them girls and keep making your money. Make your music, bro. This beef shit ain't for you. Stop it. Shut the fuck up. Sit down.
Think he don't have the right to participate even if he keep losing?
But you can't keep engaging and get mad when somebody say, Man, you beat me. So I'm so like, bro, you can't. That's not cool.
So if somebody called you a pedophile, you wouldn't like.
He called somebody else a woman beater.
That's
defamation. That's defamation too.
Those type of allegations is not something you can. It's niggas locked up for that shit right now.
Exactly. Both of them are serious. Being a pedophile. But listen, both of them are very serious. So you can't play that dirty game and then somebody play dirty with you. You want to get mad. It was again. No, he's not. If he sues and make money, hey, more power to him. But I just think if you're benefiting from the same system, you have no dog in this fight. Y'all don't be looking at court documents and stuff like that. Like, and it's just like y'all taking this narrative and running with it, and it's not. It's in black and white. Look, Drake can do what he want to do. It's just I lost a lot of respect.
But it's in black and white, and y'all keep trying to spin the narrative into something different, and it's in black and white. Just read it.
But you can't throw dirt on a nigga name and not think he not gonna throw dirt back. It's what I'm trying to explain to you. You should have never threw no damn dirt because he was told from the beginning, hey, we're not doing this dirty shit. He did it anyway. Okay, you want to play dirty? Well, I'm gonna play real dirty, and I'm gonna call you a pedophile on the biggest stage in entertainment, the Super Bowl. Petty, A minor. He deserved everything he got. And you over here defending this light-skinned nigga. Come on,
I'm not defending nobody. I'm not defending nobody.
Yes, you are.
But I don't look at stuff like that. Like, those are two grown-ass men. Like, whatever beef and shit that they got going on, like, I'm not looking at it that way, and I'm not taking it that way. And I feel like on both sides of the spectrum, it's corny as fuck. It just is. They're two different artists, rightfully in their own lane. They are. Just be who you are, my nigga. We don't really give a fuck who. Listen, but that's what I'm saying. It's not even a matter of who's better in the equation. They're both their own artists in their own lane, and that's what is so fucked up about the situation. Nobody can appreciate them for who they are as an artist. It's about who's better than who, and that shit is corny.
Again,
like that's what hip hop has become.
Well, beef has always been there, though.
It's lame.
Beef is
like and dissecting artists and disrespecting their.
What's that? Both of them lame, then, right?
I just said the shit was corny and it's lame. Okay, but I'm siding with Drake, and I don't give a fuck what you say.
No, that's what you just said.
I don't give a fuck what you say because I don't follow. Like I don't follow what everybody do. Just because everybody's with that, don't mean I'm with it. I'm always go against the
You go with the underdog.
Yeah, always gonna go for that because it's a reason why niggas is doing it. Them niggas ain't doing that shit for no reason.
I really think he done made a lot of enemies and then they caught up to him.
And that's cool.
So you can't. My thing is, you made these enemies. You made your bed. Now you got to lie in it. That's all I'm saying.
What do you think about Hov? What do you think about him? You think niggas going and making enemies and giving every nigga, like, have you been looking at the charts and stuff? He gave all these niggas diamond plaques.
And we gave him culture.
His daddy is from Memphis.
Bro, he didn't stay with his daddy. He stayed with his mama in Canada.
His uncle, he's well versed in the music industry. His uncle is one of the Grams, like doing R&B and shit like that. That nigga is well versed in the culture. Like, well, I don't get why y'all keep saying that.
He ain't tapped in with Black American culture enough for me, sweetheart. I'm sorry, not for me. He ain't tapped in enough. He's a cultural appropriator.
Y'all keep saying he's
not culturally in tune with any of the places that he steal from.
The culture went at him to try to help them sell records. So
he's not culturally in tune. But we go switch it up.
Niggas used him to get ahead. So
he used them for culture. It's an exchange. It was a 50-50 exchange.
Do them niggas got plaques on their own?
Hear me out. People wrote for him too. Let's not forget that. That's an exchange. Clout for culture. Yes. It's an exchange.
So you need.
No, don't get me wrong. He's written for people too.
Listen, he's written for people too. You saying clout sells records?
It's a part of it. It's a formula. We discussed this before. Drake is very formula based.
And he's mastered that.
And there's nothing
wrong with that. And niggas don't like it.
No, listen, it's nothing wrong with that. But you can't sit there and say, oh, he has. But people have given him plaques too for writing his lyrics.
You can't sit here and tear a nigga down when you haven't mastered your own formula. So, miss me with that.
You said what?
You can't sit here and tear a nigga down when you ain't even mastered your own formula. You can't.
Who ain't mastered up? Who are you referring to?
A lot of these niggas that's got all this pushback and shit to say.
I feel like a lot of the people have, some of those people within that beef did master their formula.
When I see niggas do what has been done, I respect it. I'll be like, okay, you got it.
Yeah, but ain't none of the people that was beef. But hear me out.
You bitching and you crying about some shit that you've never achieved or accomplished.
Hear me out. The people that he beefing with ain't none of them poor and broke.
They ain't on his level.
And they definitely ain't suing nobody.
Sold what he sold. They ain't did what he did.
Like I said, it was an exchange. So we gonna move on because we gonna beef to the end about this. So
you fucking right. You're right.
But look, we gonna get on this Big Meech and 50. You wanna start that one off?
No.
You want me to? You told me to.
Because you know 50 corny to me.
I know, that's
that
my guy too. That's my guy. My guy's back to back. Anyway, the 50 and Big Meech situation. So apparently, I guess this all started from a picture with Rick Ross. And 50 didn't take too likely or wasn't fond of that. And he said, yeah, we're gonna cancel the show. And then things went, kind of crumbled and went left field, with the text message with Meech saying, oh, fuck Rick Ross. And then he hangs out with Rick Ross after 50 stands on business and say, I'm still canceling the show. So
and they done gave a nigga the rights to the show.
Yeah, and he got the rights to Big Meech's names because he bought it from Tammy, and allegedly Tammy was an informant, which Big Meech was involved with.
Bad business.
Yeah, and it got real bad. Apparently, they said according to Whack 100 that Tammy was involved with Meech, and it sounded like that when Meech got home, he said he wanted his life rights back, and she said no. You're not with me, and I'm selling it to 50, and now it's going to be a whole documentary about how he told Tammy to tell everybody what happened and how he got Cuffy locked up, which is another kingpin in St. Louis. So
that nigga don't know peace. Come home to some bullshit.
I don't think they know who they was dealing with, man. Because I think Southwest T had irritated 50 by doing something with Supreme's son. And I think that's what to me, that's the origins of it. Like, I think he let them slide with that because he was a little irritated about that. And I think the whole Rick Ross thing set him over and said, I'm done with y'all. And then 50 probably cut ties with Lil Meech because, like, if you're shit on your own pops, not aligned with him because I'm canceling the show, that means I don't need to deal with you either. You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of side with me, and I can't trust you if you do that to your own pops. So
I just feel like 50 was just like, I don't know, he was real petty. Like, he was exposing the text messages that Lil Meech sent him and stuff like that. Like, if you really took that nigga under your wing and try to coach him and give him a better chance at life,
for sure,
don't dog him out. Like, this shit just don't look genuine on 50 end. Like, it just looked like you were trying to do something and then something happened that you ain't like and you holding it over their heads. And I don't respect niggas like that. I just don't.
Well, what if he really is a rat and he don't want no association with it though?
And that's cool too. I don't really know too far back about they beef and stuff like that to really speak on it too.
It ain't. It's not deep in my opinion. And I'm just being real. Not even trying to be biased. I think the beef is not even that extensive or that deep, or has anything to really do with him. I just don't think 50 likes his anybody he's working with to work with his ops. I just think that's a strict rule for him. He don't like it. He's been like that since day one. So it's like he's being consistent with who he is. I will say that. He's never changed.
Well, if he's signing their checks, then
yeah, I'm just saying if you signing your checks, you kind of got to pay attention to stuff like that too.
Yeah, you got to read the room.
Read the room exactly. I feel like Lil Meech should have been kind of coaching pops. Like, hey, we kind of already had a slip up with hanging with some ops. I don't think it's good that you go take a picture with Rick Ross. That might affect the business that's at hand.
But like we were saying, Ross's big hit was about blowing money fast,
It was.
being man. So
It's a 50-50, but something Wax said that I kind of saw. He said he felt like Rick Ross did that intentionally because he knew he was gonna mess something up. But the thing is,
which is so corny.
It is corny, but the thing is, he done messed up a bag for that family by if he was being petty. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that 50 was gonna react like that. Because now who owns the life rights? 50 Cent do. He gets to make all the films and movies. So if he wants to create the narrative that Meech was a rat, that's not good. That means he ain't gonna have people ain't gonna want to work with him. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the last season was garbage, so they can go ahead and wrap that shit up anyway.
That's probably what he's probably looking for a reason to wrap it up. That could be a reason too, though.
It wasn't.
It wasn't hitting like first season was. So. It wasn't slapping. I agree with you on
that. What's the artist that you wish had a longer career? I said Aaliyah.
I was listening to Aaliyah too. I forgot to mention that.
I would have loved to see her dominate the R&B charts in the genre. She had so much potential, so much talent, beautiful girl. I would have liked to see how far she went and how legendary she got. I mean, even though she's legendary because she left us so soon, but I don't know. I would have liked to see her, go further.
That was a real good one.
Rest in peace to Aaliyah.
R.I.P. to Aaliyah. Yeah. Yours is cool. I'm jealous. Mine's not as cool as yours, but I would like to see. I guess I'm the toxic nigga on this show, but
I try to tell you that.
But I would have liked to see Mace have an extended run. Like I felt like after his first album, he just had that fallout with Diddy or Puffy, and things just weren't the same.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, and I felt as if none of the BS was in the business and things were smooth, I would have liked to see what Mace looked like without taking that huge dip and actually putting out real good music. Because I felt like Mace, when he first dropped that album, was like on the top of the world. He was up, and then he just fell off. And I'm like, oh man, I wish I could have seen a longer run from Mace. I could have honestly seen him being the face of Bad Boy and him having a deep run into the early 2000s, at least to 2007.
I would have liked to see him go to a different label.
Yeah, I think he tried, but it just it didn't work.
I don't think Diddy wanted him to be bigger than him, so
Yeah, he gives that he wants the spotlight on him. Yeah, he gives that energy for sure. So that was a good one. So let's move on to the next topic at hand. Drake PND album. So we want to go first. That's your boy. So I'm gonna let you go first with your boy.
Love it. Chef's kiss. I feel like sonically it gets better each time I listen.
Okay.
The first half when I first listened to it, I was like, it's cool. But the second half, the first time I listened to it, it was really good. But now collectively listening as many times as I've listened, it's been like a week now.
Okay.
I really enjoy him experiment with the sounds. It's not a typical Drake album. It's very experimental. I don't know. I haven't been able to turn it off.
Oh wow.
So it's been in heavy rotation for a week now.
Oh.
Kiss my ass. The both of y'all.
Kiss your ass. Kiss your ass. Okay.
No, because I don't like that. I like it. It's a good album. I mean, it genuinely is a good album.
You ready for my take? You ready for my take? What you think I'm gonna say?
Some bullshit. But go ahead. Go off, co-host.
Nah, I ain't even gonna go off like I actually thought, in all honesty, sonically, I agree with you. It was well put together sonically. I love the sounds on there.
Yeah.
I'm not typically a fan of Drake singing, but I'm trying to grade it from a most unbiased point. Period.
I love that.
I did like Celibacy, so I wanted to go through a detailed analysis of it. I played every song maybe 2 or 3 times, so I make sure I was being fair. I didn't like but maybe 5 songs, but again, I credit how it sounded, so you can let it ride sonically. Yeah. I like Celibacy. I think the song is "Did Trying." I think I might have been
Trying.
"Die Trying."
That's good.
"Die Trying" was really good. "Raining in Houston" might be my favorite.
Yes.
Deeper
hard.
was Deeper was tough. Give Me a Hug and Something About You. Those were the 5 that are like, okay, I might add this to my, little Drake playlist that I have in my phone. I like Greedy too, but
that's good.
Yeah, but my thing with Greedy was, I felt like Drake versed it. I could have just did P&D on that alone and left Drake off. Personally, I don't think Drake. I don't know. Drake's verse felt like a force. I felt like it just should have been P&D on that song.
Somebody Loves Me is my shit right now.
You like Somebody Loves Me? Yeah.
Like I like they really like they played on each other's verses, and it was just like it's just a treat from both of them. Like they were saying the same thing, but in their own way.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just like, yes, like I want to just lay right in the middle of this song. Like it's that good. So yeah, that's my joint right now, and I like Nokia.
Hey, D, make sure you put in the part where I liked on his song on the clip, okay? So they don't think I'm a complete Drake hater. Yeah, give Drake some love. But I do have some dislikes. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do feel like with some of the lyrics I couldn't quite connect a little bit. I didn't feel like as an everyday person you could really connect to it.
I could, and that's
I think
it's just because the place I'm in my life right now, like it's just like, yeah, it's a lot going on. I'm on tour,
I couldn't relate to it as a regular person, but I did respect it musically and artistically. I just had a tough time connecting with a lot of the music that was on there. So the songs I named to you, I made a connection with, I understood. I'm going to keep listening to see if I can get the connection with the other songs. But I just felt like a lot of songs I couldn't connect with personally.
It hit for me.
And I feel like some of the records weren't as cohesive. Like I felt like some of them, to me, maybe they were poorly structured. Maybe they weren't. But that's all. That's the only dislikes I have.
You know what I like?
What you like?
T-Pain said something, and I kind of can agree with him. Like, sometimes you can put throwaways on album, and I like that. I've dealt with a lot of artists, and they've made music, and it's not always current music that they made. It's shit they have sitting around. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna throw this on a project. And I like what T-Pain said. It could, if you look at it that way, you can, when you listen to it, you can think that it's just some throwaways that he had. But they said he was supposed to been drop this album.
So they probably added everything up.
And I think this was his last album on UMG. I don't know. It might be.
You talking about Drake?
Yeah, I could be wrong, but when you click on the album, it's P&D. It's not really Drake. So I don't know. I don't know how they, kind of finesse the crediting and all of that. So, and it's P&D's first #1 album. It went #1.
Well, congrats to P&D.
So 248 units, I think.
That's pretty good.
The first week.
Yeah, I told you it was going to return to normal with Drake. It's for selling.
I mean, I never doubted that he wasn't going to
He wasn't gonna stay down.
Just like Michael.
He just caught a nasty one on the chin. That's all.
Just like Michael. Just like Hove. Hove lost to Nas.
Yeah, and he bounced back beautifully.
But for some reason, the world seems to have this delusion that was going to end his career.
I didn't have that delusion, so you can't put that on me.
I said the world. I didn't say my co-host, Lonny Love.
I know. I wanted to clarify that shit. I ain't never say that. I definitely said.
And I'm just like, another thing too. I know this is so sidetracked, but another thing, like, this beef has fucked hip hop up.
Oh man.
I just want to go on record and say it's too many minorities and outsiders, and
Drake is a minority and an outsider.
I'm talking about hip hop. I'm talking about the beef. I'm talking about the beef. I'm talking about the two artists that have shifted the dynamic of hip hop. Their fans, the K-bots and the, what did you call them? The Drizzy what?
Drizzy Glizzy Glazers.
Yeah, the fan. It's the fan bases, and it's not so much as Kendrick.
But
and I want to
make that clear. I
want to make that clear too. It ain't so much as I don't dislike Kendrick or what he's done. It's the fans. It's the people getting online and being corny with the music. Like, somebody told me just because I said that what Kendrick was doing was corny that I didn't know hip hop.
That's not fair.
I'm gonna go on the record and say, y'all about that. How y'all dogged me in my comments last year, saying I didn't know hip hop just because I said Kendrick was corny.
Y'all leave B alone. She has every right to have her analysis of the beef.
That shit
stuck with me. That does not make her any less hip hop because she has her own analysis. That shit was in December,
my nigga. It's almost March, and I ain't let that go. I think about that shit when I go to sleep.
You channeling your inner 50 then?
I think about that shit. Out of everything, they said I look like a low budget B Simone. Like they went for me. They went for me so hard. But the one thing that broke my heart was a motherfucker telling me I didn't know hip hop.
That was cold. No, don't do that. No,
that hurt my feelings. Like, hey. I got tough skin. Don't get me wrong. You can say whatever you want to say about me, but when you say I don't know hip hop, when I got this shit tatted on my body, y'all kind of lost me with that, and it did defeat me a little bit. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not cut out for the new age. Like,
no disrespect is tolerated, y'all. Keep it friendly.
That shit hurt my feelings.
No personal jabs, please.
And it take a lot to hurt my feelings, but that shit broke me down.
We ain't gonna do the name calling. We can talk shit, but let's not call nobody out their name.
Yeah, I ain't take that too lightly. I said,
I don't appreciate that either.
Y'all niggas got it. Y'all got it. For sure.
So we getting back into our personal music taste with this particular question. What's the artist that's deceased that you want to bring back? I know you're gonna say some fire shit too.
I got a few. I'm gonna say Bankroll.
Fire. That's a good pick.
Bro, I listen to him that nigga is still in my rotation. I play them albums out at least a few times a month. Like, yes, that nigga ain't got no business being gone. He just don't.
I got a couple too. We can trade back and forth. I got somebody. I'm gonna go Stack Bundles.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Stack Bundles is? Oh my God. Oh my God. You don't know Stack Bundles? Oh man.
Who is it?
You remember Bird Gang? Jim Jones? Remember that era, Bird Gang? When he was kind of Max B?
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was dead.
Yeah, baby. He been dead for years. He been dead since 2006? Yeah, he been dead. He been dead since Meech went to jail.
I didn't know.
Yeah, who you got? Who else you got?
I said Michael
Jackson.
But
there's nothing wrong.
I was kind of on the fence about it because Michael wanted to go. He didn't want to be here no more.
You don't think Michael wanted to be
No, he didn't. He was tired. Michael was tired. I really believe he was tired. But I know he would love to see Beyonce flourish. He loved him some Beyonce.
I think he loved a lot of artists. For real. I think he showed
Prince,
a lot more.
Everybody but Prince.
Yeah, him and Prince didn't like each other. That was just mutual. Beef. Yeah, I love beef.
This shit ain't nothing new. They always pitting the biggest artists against each other.
I hear you. But I'm gonna go, since you said Mike, I'm gonna go Chinks Drugs. No, not Chinks Drugs. I'm gonna go Pimp C.
Oh, I forgot about him.
I got Bobby by the pound, Whitney by the key. I love Pimp C. I would love to see him. I think he would be what Bootsy is now if he was alive. Like, as far as not musically, but you know how he get on the interview. Because Pimp was saying some crazy shit back in the day.
No,
he would get canceled if he was saying that shit today.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna go with Pimp.
That's a real good one. Okay, so Gilly blackballed from turning down the Roc Nation deal.
Yeah, you familiar with that, or you mean to give you a little rundown of it?
I just feel like that's pretty on brand.
It is.
Yeah, it's very on brand.
That's on brand for the stuff like that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I'm gonna let your expertise kick in. Preach to us. Tell us what's going on. Why is that such a norm?
Listen, if you don't want to be in their circle and on their team, yeah, they're gonna do anything.
Oh, you're right. Because Irv did at the 52, right? In a weird way. Like with the whole Supreme thing, or we're just gonna block you from getting deals. We're gonna shit on you so you don't get signed since you don't want to kind of comply with Supreme.
Just like
makes sense.
Within the companies and the machines and stuff, like even the execs and the A&Rs, and if you don't do what the fuck them people tell you to do, you're done.
Now that you making it, I'm connecting the dots because I remember him saying even with Cash Money when he said, "Hey, I'm not giving y'all my publishing," because that's what led to the beef between him and Birdman. And they said, "Well, we want your publishing," so I ain't giving y'all my publishing, and they didn't. They made sure he got shelved and didn't put nothing out.
Yeah, so I don't feel like that's very on brand for how the industry works. Like, oh, you don't want to sign with me? You don't want to get on contract? Yeah, good luck going anywhere else because they all connected. Everybody talks. Everybody walks in that same circle.
So now you gave me game. I didn't understand that. I was like, why would you shit on somebody to keep them from getting another deal? You would make somebody else more money. If I ain't making money with you, then fuck you. Basically.
Why you think he didn't want to do it?
Well, that's money in his pocket. He has to get.
But it's also them being in control and having control over him.
And Gilly ain't a dude you can control.
Exactly. He's from the streets.
Yeah, he don't give that type of energy at all. Like you're not gonna control him.
Them niggas know what's going on. Like that's why I say, man, I don't know if I ever really want to work for a label. Like,
would you go to a Rock Nation brunch?
To see Beyonce.
I'm going to the Rock Nation brunch. I'm sorry, I'm going.
To see Beyonce, that's all. Nothing else different.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the brunch.
Yeah, I just I know I probably won't make it in the music industry. Not because I'm not talented or I don't know my shit, but because I'm not gonna conform to that shit. Like you're not, I know people who are in deals and have been in deals and they sending over fire ass shit. And them fucking weak ass A&Rs is like, no, can you give us something better? A lot of them A&Rs that they hiring today, they don't know music. They don't know shit.
Because they're not tapped in with the culture.
They got paper. They got degrees. And that's what's leading these niggas in the room. They're not versed. They're not inclined with music. They just, it's paper. It's $1. It's what is going to sell. They got to meet them quotas and niggas got to get out the red to even survive or, make it in that industry. It's just not about the music. So I know I wouldn't, man, they would blackball the fuck out of me because I'm like, I'm not signing no nigga that's singing some shit, like rapping about some shit like that. I'm not going for that rap. I'm not going for that politic bullshit. I'm just not going for it.
I guess we can agree on that.
I know women and, really dope ass ladies that was in hip hop back in the day get blackballed just because they didn't want to fuck on an exec. Like that type of shit.
That shit do happen.
It's dirty. I can't think of her name. I did a paper on her in school, but she worked for Def Jam, and she was the one who she did the All I Need to Get By with Meth and Mary. She was the one who took that shit to the label. Yeah, that's how she got on, and I think it was, what is his name? Def Jam.
Russell Simmons.
Russell. Yeah, she didn't want to fuck on him. And
he been notorious. What's shorty name? Amanda? She said something about Russ being a creep.
Yeah, she didn't want to fuck on them, so they blackballed her ass.
Yeah, it's been a couple people.
Yeah, they try to.
Well, he had to flee the country for being.
I think they try to rape her and all types of shit. Like this some foul shit. Yeah,
that's nasty work.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, like women really be in hip hop and knowing they shit, and it just be weird ass niggas trying to like do weird shit. Like
facts, we don't condone that over here.
I'm not going. I know I ain't going, so I probably won't make it. But yeah.
So speaking of Jay-Z, you might as well transition into the rape case, and it was thrown out. Happy for Hove, one of my guys. I got a little story behind that though. I
feel like it's a formula too, but yeah, go ahead.
I got a little story time with that one. So I went to the gym with my Reasonable Doubt shirt on. I'm a Hove fan, and I'm working out, and this what they call them, Susans,
Karens.
Yeah, Karen.
Karens.
Well, Susan, Karen, same shit. Well, Karen, we'll say Karen says, "Hey, you know who's on your shirt?" I'm like, yeah, it's Jay-Z. Familiar. You like Jay-Z? Well, I don't think it's appropriate that you wear that shirt. I said, why can I not wear this shirt? Because he's a rapist. You heard about him? you shouldn't be worried. It means that you condone this type of behavior. I said, man, we don't even know all the facts yet. And you're saying he did it already? I said, that's crazy.
And that's what's wrong with the world.
I'm going to wear this shirt. I'm going to continue my workout. And I'm going to end this I'm going to end this conversation and enjoy my workout. You can have, you can move on. Well, I have a third. Ma'am, I understand you might have a daughter. I get it. But let the man at least get convicted and let us get the information before you say he did it. I said, that's not fair that you do that. That's not okay. I said, at least let the man stand the trial. That's how the U.S. works, right? You're innocent until proven guilty. Boy, she was hot with me.
That's just the world, though. But I think, too, that's another formula. Like, you know, I think Diddy, he got a little, I mean, not Diddy, damn. Hove, he getting a little bigger. And motherfuckers don't like it. They be trying to throw shit out. And just like how all Diddy shit came to light. Because he sued the liquor. Like,
it's a rock.
Yeah. You know, they backdoored his ass and told that girl to file that suit. Yeah, you can't get bigger than them white folks. You just can't. They don't want to see black people bigger than them. Like, they just don't.
Agree with you on that. I think that's a problem. I think they think that when they see you doing better, they're hurting. And just because we're doing better don't mean you're hurting. Let us get our moment, bro. Let us shine. It's like some baller.
And I'm not saying that Diddy didn't do none of that shit. I ain't saying he ain't do it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But they not protecting him no more.
Oh no, because he's a op. He's competition. And then you gotta eliminate the competition when it comes to business. So
as long as you abide by their rules and do what they say do, you're protected. But
as soon as you step out of line,
I think Hov probably got out of line with something, and they was letting him know like, hey nigga, get back in line.
You see what we did to your boy
ass out of here. Yeah.
Because they said, he said he wasn't friends with Puff. And I don't believe that.
And a lot of people want to see him.
friends with Puff. Stop it.
And a lot of people want to see him go down because of Beyonce. So, everybody got their personal,
I ain't never hated no
vendettas
Beyonce.
against the shit. It's just weird. Like, people are weird.
For sure. So, ASAP Rocky had an assault trial.
Beat the case.
Amen. That's my boy,
Beat the race.
I'm happy for you. Did you see how he ran into Rihanna's arms?
That
was a highlight.
Died.
Yeah, like that was a highlight for me. When I seen that shit, I said, "Oh, my man, really in love."
I'm like, what kind of?
I love it. I loved every moment of it. I thought that shit was dope. I love to see stuff like that.
Oh wow, they really in love. Yeah.
Yeah, but I hate it for his crew because it seemed like ever since Yams died, everything went south for that whole ASAP Mob movement.
I loved ASAP Mob.
I did too. I love him. I still love him now. I just hate that it got to that point where people were really desperate for money. Going back to what you said, people desperate for money and they looking for a way to get it from me. And what sucks is it's somebody he was in his crew with.
But do ASAP really got bread like that?
Rocky, no, Rocky's I wouldn't say he got a lot. I think he's made more music on his outside stuff than his music. Like he's made more money on the outside stuff.
I feel like he's made more money with fashion.
That's what I'm saying, the outside stuff. That's what I'm referring to, like the fashion, like everything else. Doing the collabs with the sneaker. He did something with Puma. He creative director at Ray-Ban now. So so I think his money has came from fashion. I don't think it's came from music because he had the first 2 joints, the mixtape, the album. His first 2 albums was fired, and after that, I don't know what happened. But
I think that nigga should just model.
I think he should just stick to fashion too.
Yeah,
at this point,
he's
I feel like that was his transition into the game, though. I think that was planned because the only one really doing music is Ferg. That's like.
Well, I think he dropped ASAP in his name.
Ferg don't have ASAP in his name no more.
I think he dropped it.
Damn, another rap crew not together no more.
His dad was like a real big person in Harlem. Like he worked for Diddy.
He worked for Dapper Dan too.
Yeah, he did a lot of logos and
it was in
for
fashion shit
for
too.
Labels and fashion stuff. Like he did a lot of logos for people back in the 90s and 80s and stuff.
But
he was real big.
For sure. Yeah, I knew that. That was well, go ahead.
What is a timeless song that every time you hear it, it feels like the first time? I'm gonna say I Can't Help It by Michael.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I'm gonna go Me Against the World, Tupac. It just sounds new every time I hear it for some reason.
I love that, but it's just like every record. It just it doesn't have that effect. Like when you have intention on your records and with your words, like And I'm always say that because, of course, Stevie wrote it, but it's the way that Michael delivered it. Like, it's just timeless. It's
got you.
Beautiful words put to life, and it moves me every time I listen to it. So you go to those records to get those feelings, and so it's one of those ones for me.
For sure.
How do you feel about Moneybagg Yo being a ghostwriter? And then we gonna get up out of here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's not like a super duper lyricist, MC. He don't go around claiming he the best. I give him a pass. We know it's an entertainment aspect to this shit.
Oh, you giving him a pass?
I don't give Drake a pass because he claimed he.
No, you was real subtle in your answer.
No, but I'm explaining why.
But you put your chest out for Drake
because I don't like him. I already said I don't like him. I'm just keeping 100.
Okay, so it ain't a matter of a ghostwriter. It's a matter of like, I got it. I read
you
your
can
card.
find whatever hole you want.
I pulled your card.
I just gave the nigga props just now.
I pulled your card.
I even gave him props in the last episode before that.
I pulled your card.
So you ain't pulled
and I
shit.
couldn't wait.
Anyway, let me finish my.
I purposely put that on the list to see what you would say.
I don't care what you say. I stand on what I said.
It don't matter for him
because
it's a difference of the level that Moneybagg is at. I like Moneybagg, and he said on one of his records, he said, "Tell my engineer to shut me up if I lie. You can't shush me." So you lying?
Well, here, that's crazy. That's nasty work. I didn't know that part. I didn't know that part.
When I seen that shit, I automatically went to that line.
I didn't know that part. You told me on something new. The reason why, hold up. Well, number one, the reason I didn't know that aspect of it, I had no clue of that. That's crazy. But the reason why I say I don't particularly care about him writing his raps like that because it's so norm. Like Kanye and all these other guys have been, alleged to having ghostwriters and
biased.
It's not a bias because I look at how you portray it. If you're portraying that I write my own rhymes, I'm top dog, I'm numero uno, I'm an MC's MC.
But people
that's
say
my
you shouldn't
issue.
have a ghostwriter in rap and hip hop.
Let me finish. He's for entertainment for me. He's an entertainer type of guy. He's not a Rakim. He'll never be mentioned with a Rakim or a KRS-One. Can we keep it real? We know who our MCs are. We know this.
Yeah, but I still feel like it should be frowned upon.
So you think the standard should be across the board?
Fuck then? Yeah. If your records and your albums that say rap and hip hop, nigga, you better be putting pen to ass, and I'm not.
But do you think he's a real MC though? Like, do you consider him an MC's MC? That's what I'm asking.
I don't.
Okay, then so why would I put him to that standard?
But he's a rapper. He's still a rapper.
Just because you a rapper don't mean you an MC's MC.
And I like what he be saying. I like Bag music.
I like his music, but he ain't no MC's MC though. Not to me.
I mean, he a street nigga. He come from the struggle.
It ain't got nothing to be with it. I'm talking about how you put that pen on the pad and how you.
I didn't expect that. That shit threw me off. I'm not gonna lie.
He's not a. I don't consider him a lyricist. I'm just being honest with you. If I had heard that about somebody like if I had heard that about somebody like to me that I consider like if I had heard that about Jadakiss, that
mattered to you. Listen,
if I had heard that about Jadakiss, I'd be upset. Yes,
that mattered to you. Okay, so
but I already explained to you.
It's the point of it mattering to you. I get it.
It does matter to me. It matters who it is too.
Just admit that
credentials matter. Do they not? Credentials matter. You know this. Moneybagg ain't nobody top tier MC,
but he's a rapper
or lyricist. If you a top lyricist,
he's a rapper and he raps about his words being his, and
but he ain't
him
got
being honest in his raps.
Look,
he's still a rapper.
But hear me out.
It doesn't matter what end of the spectrum he is.
It does matter.
A list, the D list, the Z list. It don't matter. He raps.
If the game was across the board like that, yes, but it's not like that. That's the point I'm making.
Yes, it's different rules for different niggas.
Yeah, it is.
Just say that.
And I'm okay with saying
lying.
that. If you want me to be honest, it is different rules.
Y'all
for different
be out
niggas.
here lying. If you don't like,
I have a different expectation for different people.
If you don't like
my
the nigga,
expectation for Michael Jordan is not the same as Steve Kerr.
I get so tired of seeing that shit.
But listen,
nigga don't write his raps.
My expectation.
You just don't like him.
My expectation for Michael Jordan is not the same as Steve Kerr. If you want to be real on the Bulls, if this was the Bulls team, he's Steve Kerr. He's not Michael Jordan.
This ain't the type of game and sport we talking about. We talking about rap.
Rap and hip hop and rap and
this
basketball.
A different ball. This a different ball.
No, it's not.
It is.
I have a different expectation.
It's hip hop.
I got a different expectation for the niggas that be talking that talk like they the alpha, they the top dogs. No,
for the niggas you like.
Okay. Anyway, it's not got nothing to do with like. Are you an MC? And a lot of these guys ain't MCs. They just rappers. That got team of writers.
Okay, I'll meet you in the middle on that, man. Hey, man.
He got a team of writers, and I knew that. That's nothing new. That don't surprise me. He doesn't give me MC, so I'm cool. As long as you don't go around with that MC tag, we're fine. We beefing when as soon as you say, "Oh, I'm an MC," but I find out you got 30 niggas writing your shit.
The rules in rap has changed. This new generation, these new niggas just be changing the rules that fits they perception. And it's not for every nigga across the board.
I feel like you showing this side of me. That's messed up.
Nah, I'm just keeping it real, and that's what's wrong. That's what's wrong. It's only rules for certain niggas. It's not all across the board. Like,
your boy be. Never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone.
It's not even about him. It's not about him. But y'all,
I agree with you on the premise that it should be across the board. I agree with that. And
niggas don't know how to be fair.
But listen.
It's just a bunch of biased bullshit in the pool.
If I heard that about if I heard that about Kendrick, I'd be more upset. That's all I'm gonna say. If I heard that allegedly happened with Kendrick, I'd be more upset. I don't listen to Moneybagg. He ain't an MC to me. So I listen to his music casually. He ain't somebody I'm just dissecting their bars. Ain't no dissertations being written about Moneybagg, yo.
Moneybagg has quotable lyrics.
I said dissertation.
Sentence.
You ain't writing no paper in your school about no Moneybagg, yo.
Of course not.
Exactly, because he's not an MC's MC. He ain't that in depth. So yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
About a pop rapper.
Well, we'll meet in the middle with that.
We can.
MC to rapper.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's a difference. You know it is. Stop playing.
It's really
But
not.
I've enjoyed the show with you. This is a real good show today.
Yeah, you be pissing me the fuck off.
It's okay. You be all right.
But it's cool that you my dog. Like,
you my dog too.
I don't think it's anybody else that I would get up here and kick this shit with.
Oh man, that makes me feel so good inside. Touch my soul.
Relax. Nah, but for real though.
All right, it's been real, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up because D tired. He trying to get home to the crib. So all right, we enjoyed y'all. Hope you enjoyed the show. Comment, like, subscribe.
Please subscribe.
You. Share.
Y'all tune in, but subscribe. Hit that bell. Hit the bell.
Thank you.
When you go to the page, hit the bell. Y'all be tuning in and I appreciate it, but hit the bell. You know?
All right.
It's 2025.
See you next time now.
Peace.